All right. Well, hi, and welcome to Growing Shadows. My name is John, and I am going to be your GM for the evening. Got a couple of announcements we're going to go ahead and start off with really quick. First and foremost, our T-shirts are, we have T-shirts and mugs, and they are up on TeePublic, I believe.
They are.
And right now there is a sale going on TeePublic, so it's a good time to go over there and grab them. Other things really quick I do want to toss out as well, because this went out over social media, and Dice Katami games. So not in the system or that we're playing, but if you are a fan of anime and role-playing, then you probably have heard of a game that used to be called Besom or Big Eyes Small Mouth. And recently it came out that Mark McKinnon, that his wife is currently fighting cancer. He made a very public announcement about it, and so I just want to signal boost that as well, because he's asking people to go check out their GoFundMe and also to go by their website and look at their games. He is the developer of Besom, but he's also, their company sells the Sailor Moon dice games and a few other items of that nature. They have the licensing for that. So definitely want to ask everybody, go take a look at that. You know, I'm a big believer that gamers, we try and unite together and do good things when we have the opportunity.
Yeah, if you have the availability to support, and please think about it at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Beyond that, so we also now have 40 subscribers total on Facebook. So thank you guys so much. That means that tonight,
or followers on Facebook.
Followers on Facebook. We will be revealing a new plot-based item tonight. And then also we have subscribers for our Twitch channel, which is what you're watching us on right now if you're watching. And for our Twitch subscribers, we will be doing a incentive that every 5 subscribers gets us another karma point to begin the game with. And we are rounding that number up. Right now, we are actually starting with 1 extra karma, and we would love to get more subscribers. And
Please.
if you subscribe during the stream, I will go ahead and give it to the players. So just tossing it out there. Other than that, I think those are all my announcements. We are going to go ahead and get into the game.
All right.
So we can go ahead and start this up.
Slowing to the these saddles, let's start growing. I'm ready for the heat and now I'm glowing. And I guess the time in the hand you can find toys from the past. The brain ain't count when I feel always trying to gonna see it through. Throwing out things to the village of Danketsu.
All right.
Okay.
We're here.
So, welcome back to the show. My name is John, and I am joined at the table with our usual gang and cohorts. We'll go ahead and do our intros for our players as we go through tonight. If you want to, I, of course, prompted you all. Tell me about what is the first time that you ever heard of ninjas. Now, reason I wanted to do this was because for myself, I'm a believer that within like the global zeitgeist, this idea of stories and mythologies that we tell, there are things that everybody talks about, like cowboys and sheriffs and outlaws of the Old West. That's a global thing that people talk about. Knights in shining armor, fighting dragons or whatever else. It's another one. But I feel like there is also that within those things that are global, that have kind of joined together into this idea that we all like are kind of mesmerized by, such as those, would be the tales of samurai and tales of ninja. So for me, I'll say what mine were, and this is kind of, oh god, this is very telling. It was going to the video store and seeing a really terrible VHS of a movie called American Ninja, starring Michael Dudikoff. So that was the first time I had ever seen anything dealing with ninja. It is such a absolutely horrible movie, regardless of Michael Dudikoff's amazing acting. And, of course, also, we won't talk about it, but Revenge of the Ninja 3. And whatever happened to Revenge of the Ninja 1 and 2, we don't know. So, anyway. Those were mine. So, I actually am going to ask the ladies tonight what their first memories were of ninja.
Ask
and
me
of course, who they
first
are.
because I don't want anybody to take mine.
Oh, well, all right. Well,
Because surely it's going to come up more than once, but mine was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay. Oh.
See, I knew that side of the table was probably on the same page, but that's literally the first. I really didn't even know what ninja were watching that.
Okay.
It wasn't until I was like, honestly, my definition of ninja, had you asked me 30 years ago, was martial arts, period. Because there was nothing, I mean, maybe something that they kind of had to be sneaky because Splinter was all about that life in the movie. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, like, the Surf Ninjas and Three Ninjas, they weren't that stealthy. They were just people who did martial arts. So,
Surf Ninjas.
I love that movie because it had Ernie Reyes Jr. in it, and he was also in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Return of the Use. So I was like, oh, it's... Although now that I've said that, I can't remember his character's name in Return of the Use.
Yeah.
But he was the pizza guy.
Funny fact, do you know that he was in a movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
No.
Yeah. He was in The Rundown. And he was one of the
Never
guys
seen it.
swinging from the trees, fighting him, doing all the crazy martial arts.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. He
Interesting.
was the super buff guy in that.
Is he super buff now? Because he was kind of scrawny back
Well,
then.
him and his dad have always been. They were. It's why they got that movie, is that they were both stuntmen.
Got what movie?
Surf Ninjas. That actually is his dad with the eye patch. The guy that played Patch in Surf Ninjas.
John, it's been 25 years since I saw Surf Ninjas the last time.
I know my horrible
Tell me, viewers,
movie.
is it on Netflix? I'm looking.
Can you see Surf Ninjas on Netflix?
It's got to be out there. It's on like
It's-
Amazon
yeah.
Prime or something. It's got to be.
I'm trying to remember who the
Ask
evil
someone else and
overlord
I will
was
find
in
out.
that.
If you put on your own eye patch, you could probably watch it.
Oh.
Eye patch, maybe? Huh?
It's the
Yeah.
Pirate Bay.
Anyways.
Oh.
Now we
I
get
didn't
it
get
for
that one.
I was like,
So you put on your own eye patch and then you pirate things off the internet.
See,
Hard.
that's you went.
It's Apple brand.
Yeah. Wow. You went too deep for me.
I did.
You did.
I'm sorry. We're on a ninja podcast. I'm talking about pirates. We got to stop.
Yeah.
yeah. Wrong show. That show's coming in the fall.
Ooh.
I would still argue it's still relevant because there's an age-old rivalry between ninjas and pirates.
Well,
So-
yes.
Yeah.
There is. There is. So.
So, but who are you and who are you playing?
Actually, me?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh. I
looking
thought
for
we
surf
all
ninjas.
knew that. I was looking for surf ninjas. I just said. I am Roxanne Thompson, and I am playing everyone's favorite Children of Merchants, Fujishita Kyou. I can't even say my own name now.
Yeah.
Fujishita Kyou.
There you go.
There we go. I am. We're trying a new camera angle tonight, so
Yeah.
as I look over there. So yeah, we're over here now. John, I'm not going to look at you at all this
No,
game. I'm
no,
just
you're
going to look
not.
at the viewers.
It's just you and me.
It's just us. Ignore everyone
Finally.
else.
The way it was meant to be.
That's right.
All right. Well, we do have another female identifying player at the table.
We do. That was a
That's
long
me.
description. Yes.
Yes.
Well, don't I look the fool? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was mine too.
That's why I wanted to go first.
And I'm pretty sure I've told you about my Ninja Turtle escapades. When I was a kid, we had a Hollywood Video
Nice.
and a Blockbuster, but the Hollywood Video had my TMNT cartoons on VHS. And
Nice.
so we would go there maybe like once every other week, and a lot of the time I would just get the same VHSs. I honestly couldn't tell you what episodes they were, but we got the same TMNT cartoons. So as far as I knew, ninjas were just really cool turtles.
Really cool
was it
turtles
the
that
ones-
liked pizza.
Was it the ones with the pizza mutants? That was the one I watched a lot.
I was gonna say the
don't know.
videotape that I had of the old TMNT cartoon was now, and you're talking about the one with Bebop and Rocksteady, right? Or are you talking about one of the later ones?
I couldn't tell you.
Bebop and okay.
These I should preface these VHSs are like my soul experience.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So we need to have a completely abstract from Ninja viewing party of all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies that occurred before the. Actually, I even like the new ones, even though they're all good.
The new Nickelodeon one is excellent.
I've
I've
heard
heard
good
that
things.
too.
Sean Astin is a voice on it, isn't he?
I think so, but I don't remember
Childhood
who he is.
crush.
I do have faint memory of watching
Seth Green, I
one
think.
of the live action ones, and there's like a big purple slimy thing, but I don't know what that is. Some
Okay.
purple ooze or something.
Okay.
Maybe I'm talking.
I think
about
you're talking about
Goosebumps.
Ghostbusters.
I
I don't know what you're
No.
talking.
Krang?
I think you're
No,
talking
because
about.
Ghostbusters
Never made it
scared
into
me.
the live action movies.
Yeah,
That's what
Krang never made it into
Oh.
the old ones. He's in the new one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of.
I think you're.
Yeah.
I think you may be conflating the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie with Ivan
Ivan
Ooze
Ooze.
Maybe.
Oh.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
because he's a big purple man.
Vamos Power Rangers.
There's
That
a
was
lot
that
of big
came up on my
purple men.
playlist
Yeah.
at work yesterday. Spanish language versions of all the old themes.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, why is this coming up on my instrumental video game
Because
music
you
soundtrack?
need to hear it.
I guess so. Ricardo Silva, I've heard your greatest hits.
There you go.
And funnily enough, that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, the one with Ivan Ooze in it, was
Is that the original one?
Excuse me.
Is that the
first
original one? Yeah.
Yeah. Was the
Just set it aside, Sam.
was one of the various. They had two different timelines where they got their ninja powers: the TV timeline and the movie timeline. So, and they're both completely different. But yes, of
course.
they coincidentally ended up in the same place, getting ninja powers.
Surf Ninja are not on Netflix, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 and 2 are. So good to
Let's
know.
watch him sometime.
As well as Kung Fu Hustle, which we never finished.
I wasn't
Educate me.
certain you were into that one.
I thought it
I
was
mean,
funny.
I am a huge fan of Stephen Chow, and they have announced a second movie of that coming out, so awesome for him. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, ask
So,
somebody else.
yeah,
We're never
so
gonna
gentlemen, we got to get around the table here. So let's start off with you,
But
Steven.
wait,
Yeah.
who are you and who do you play?
Oh, that's a
Oh.
good question.
I'm Justine, and I play Ranto Honda.
Okay. Well,
All right. Well, I don't want to be the third person in a row to say it, so let's just live in a universe where my first exposure to ninjas was the game Shinobi for Sega Genesis.
it's a good one.
There you go.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it is a really good game, even though I never played it well as a child. I'll go back to it and like destroy it now.
Mm-hmm.
But as a kid, I found out that you could do the double jump and then you throw like 10 shurikens at once, but I didn't realize that it would consume 10 of your shurikens, so I'd always run out of shurikens and be like, this game is stupid, I hate it.
Where'd my shuriken go?
Love it. So, how about you, Mr. Sammy?
Also, I'm Chetsuo Kawasaki, and my name is Stephen Papin.
Wow, I'm on
Papin.
fire.
That's
Have we been pronouncing it wrong?
Yes,
actually
Too polite
yeah.
to say so?
No, I stopped correcting people when I was like
I
9.
I
Oh.
asked you at some point after because your Facebook profile pronounces it that way,
Yeah.
and I thought the first time I saw it, I was like, that is a French word that probably needs to be pronounced a different way. But we're all Americans in Texas, and so we just say Papin, so
Well,
we
I
can say
heard-
things like "What's Papinin'?"
So I stopped correcting people when I was like in the 3rd grade. My dad had stopped correcting people around the same time. So when him and my mom were dating, she didn't pronounce the last name right until she met his parents, said the last name wrong, and then they corrected her.
Oh, hello, Mr. and Mrs.
Nice.
Papin. It's Papin.
So it's so it's like one of those things where it's just like most of the time I'll even mispronounce it because I don't care,
That's-
but I'll say it right sometimes, and then people will just be like, "Oh my God, have we been saying your last name wrong?" And you're just letting
So
us.
let's all make a pact at the table that we will pronounce it correctly every
Yeah.
time we see Papin.
Yeah.
From now on,
As
except
long,
for then.
as long as you don't
It's
do
gonna be
the
so hard.
as long as you don't do the obnoxious thing and like say it so hard through your nose that you end up only saying half of the name, like Papin.
Papin.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
no, I won't do that.
I'm like, don't over Frenchify it.
I-
It's racist. It's French racist.
I stopped correcting people when they call me Justin or Christine. So
I understand.
Well, what if we just split the difference and call you Justine?
I mean, then we'd be living at the perfect equilibrium, wouldn't we?
I'd have to buy 3 ninjas. I don't even think Surf Ninjas is on.
It probably isn't. It's anyway.
You really
Sammy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a broken record, but the only thing that I could really think of that was any sort of exposure to ninja from my childhood was probably TMNT, and I didn't even watch really any of it. I just knew it.
You
kind
knew
of
it existed. Yeah.
I grew up watching other stuff. But yeah, TMNT was pretty much the height of what I actually considered to be a ninja for most of my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. Sheltered little baby.
Why aren't we just playing Ninja Turtles right now?
That is an RPG.
It is an
know.
RPG, but
Well,
we're not
very
going to
close
talk
to
about
it.
that.
No, I meant like, why are our characters just not turtles?
Oh, that's a good question. I did find on Amazon Prime, and I can watch every episode of season 1 of Super Mega Ninja Rangers, which looks like it was filmed in a backyard on an iPhone.
It
With
was
a little kid.
Wow. Hey, good for him.
It
I
was.
do want
There
to
you
see
go.
that.
There's also, where was the other one?
Send that one to me.
I did get yesterday when I was hearing all the foreign language versions of popular TV show theme songs.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that there was a samurai Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Power Rangers. I
Yeah.
didn't know there was a whole show
yeah.
of Super Samurai Power Rangers.
Uh-huh.
And I got to listen to that soundtrack a lot, done by someone that didn't speak English. So it was exciting.
Hey, learn all kinds of new things.
I learned all kinds of new things.
So we have.
Oh, who is he?
Yeah.
though?
I am Sammy, and I am playing Takumi Izunagi.
And we have Mr. Toan.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way now so I don't goof up like everyone else did. My name is Toan. I am playing Huwaito Guy.
Jeez.
Nice.
He's a real diva.
Yeah, the nerd's the diva.
Yep. And
Have you met most nerds?
my very first
True.
memory of ninja, this can actually be a multi-tiered answer here. The first memory I can think of, well, one of the earliest ones is going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Very similar.
Right on.
And my parents have told me that they had to hide our VHS of the movie because I was playing around with butter knives, trying to emulate Leonardo's.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Those are the deadliest of knives.
right? Exactly. Now,
Butter is our
I
friend.
didn't actually understand what the concept of a ninja was because there was so much going on with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And really, my first real understanding of what a ninja was from Three Ninjas Strike Back.
Nice. Was it strike back or kick back?
Whatever. This is the second one. I know.
Slapped back.
There you go.
They slapped back.
Because that one had a lot higher production value. And I remember watching that before I ever actually watched the third one or the first one. So
The first one is pretty bad.
Which one?
Pretty bad.
Which one has Hulk Hogan in it?
I think that's the third one.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Is it the first
Hogan's
one?
one?
I must find now.
All right.
Oh.
But
I want to watch
I
these.
do also want to add in real quick that probably my first ever introduction to any sort of stealth warrior was the old kung fu television dramas that my parents brought from Vietnam. So
Cool.
yeah, they weren't. I didn't understand what was being said. I didn't know what the plot was. I just know people were jumping around and disappearing in midair, and it's just, what is happening?
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, I have just learned
Uh-huh.
that there are 4 Three Ninjas movies.
You're in too deep.
I am.
Come back
You
to
don't know
us.
how long I had to scroll. If this was Google, I'd be on page 4. No, there
4
is.
by 3
So there was
Ninjas.
3 Ninjas in 1992 when I was a wee 8 years old. Then in 3 Ninjas Kickback was 1994. Then in 1995, I don't even think it's the same kids, but it might be 3 Ninjas Knuckle Up.
Mhm.
And then in 1998 when I was in high school, which I'm like, they were still, it was the year I started high school. They were still releasing these films when I hit high school. Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain, and Hulk Hogan is on the cover.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's the one. Okay, that's the one
see
he was
it.
in. He was in the fourth one.
High Noon at
High
Mega Mountain.
Noon.
I had never heard that. It looks like they're at a theme park.
They are. Yeah, that's the only Three Ninjas movie that I've seen.
See,
We gotta
gotta
keep
go.
going.
Yeah, I'm like Suburban Commando was my favorite Hulk Hogan
Lordy.
movie. So
That's
We
a good
tried.
Roxanne
RPG.
derailing all conversations.
I am. Yeah, sorry.
We try to forget such things here.
Now, I do want to really point out real quick that in my haste to get all of my chores done today, I have brought all the accoutrements that I usually bring,
your character
except for my character sheet.
We will work it out. These things happen.
It'll be a-okay.
All right. So when last we left
Is
our
that a bird or
intrepid-
was that somebody going?
It's hard to say. It probably was a guy making that noise, but for the soundtrack.
Yeah.
This guy?
That guy.
No, this guy.
Oh, I heard him again.
Yeah.
But when last we left our intrepid group of ninja, you had just escaped from a swamp in the Triumph province, leaving behind the serpents of Tokui that had been hiding in the waters there, and meeting back up with your teachers. You have completed the first portion of your test. While leaving, two of you also watched as your teacher, Ayami, took down a guard of the Emperor's army. And then claimed their horse
Yeah.
and named it.
He hasn't yet.
No, I did.
Yeah, he did.
I did, because no matter how this test ends, no matter what, I walk away with a jutsu.
Oh, you named him
Her
Jutsu.
name is Jutsu.
That's right.
But the storm has rolled off, and your teachers have started a fire. Everyone is, bedding
Rolled
down.
off or rolled in?
Rolled off. It has gone away. You can hear it in the distance.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I'm hearing something.
I'm pretty sure I'm hearing a storm.
But as you're all laying there, you are all awoken by the sounds of, almost sounds like whispering. A faint whispering that is just below your below your conscious, and you wake up looking around. It definitely is coming from within the campsite.
Can I fight it? Can I find it to fight it?
Yeah, can we determine whether or not it's actually somebody?
So how are we? Are we all in a tent together, or are like?
You're in. Well, let's address that.
Are
Do you
all the
think-
boys are in a tent, and then Ranto is by herself?
No, Ayame would be with her.
Why am I by myself?
Honestly,
You're a girl.
my expectation would be that you'd be around a fire, and there would be a
Like
basically bedding set off to various sides.
And then there's something over us.
No,
Just under
probably
the
not even that.
stars. Yeah.
Just under the stars.
Because we're cool.
Rain.
It's not raining. The rain's over there.
I mean, some of you might have set up your bedding underneath a wagon or made a lean-to structure out of something. What would? In fact, why don't we just go around and ask that? How would your character have set up their bedding for the night?
I would have changed into something that would not, and I would have put any kind of water, like clothing that would be harmed by too much water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, since I work at a textile shop, I would know these things. So I have a bag that's waterproof in case there's waterproofery things that have to, happen. And then I would get into something that's a little bit more weather resistant. I guess I have weather resistant PJs.
Okay.
I'm sleeping in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you?
Probably a lean-to of some kind.
Set up some sort of lean-to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fall asleep outside all the time. I just I lay like face down in the dirt, get myself nice and snug, cross my arms, rest my head, and then Camu comes up and he just kind of like lays on top of me. Gets nice and cuddly.
It's just a simple sleeping bag, but something that is easy to get out of in case there's, in case we need to get up really fast.
I brought a hat.
You brought a hat?
Nice.
I brought a hat.
Cool.
Is the hat big enough to cover the entirety of your body?
More of just like it becomes a personal umbrella, and so I just lean up against a tree, have the hat, and just like huddle underneath blanket, and I mostly fit underneath it. I'm very tiny.
Yeah, small.
Yeah.
Are
hat
small.
buddies.
Small with an O.
All right. But you all awaken, and you're probably semi-conscious that the others of the group have awoken, but not the teachers.
If
So our senseis aren't the one that are
whispering.
Oh.
Or are they?
Kyou is Kyou grabs a coin from a pocket, and it's a pretty well-worn coin, and starts to kind of worry it between her thumb and fingers.
Yes. You're a boy.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
I'd like to
Not
try
used to playing
to
boss.
find the source of the whispering.
You begin to move around the campsite, kicking out from the sleeping bag, I'm guessing.
Yeah, like I'm up, I'm alert.
Okay. And the sound appears to be centered near the fire. And
Fire can't talk, John.
no, it can't.
Who's John?
Or Oracle.
That's me, the GM.
The yum?
I get a +1 bonus when my dog is actively able to participate.
Okay.
Just because dogs have super good hearing. Or does Camu is he alerted?
No.
Never mind then. I'm just gonna also look for it by myself.
Do you all begin to approach the fire?
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna pretend to sleep.
You pretend to sleep?
Kyou is hesitant. I'm hesitant.
I'm gonna fight this fire.
It sounds like you actually are coming up to the fire, and you see the saddle and saddlebags from the Imperial Soldier. And it sounds like it's coming from inside that.
All right, I'm gonna inspect it.
I'm gonna be like looking over her shoulder while
Yeah,
he's doing
just-
it.
Opening up the saddlebags, you see something is wrapped in silk. A very nice silk.
Nice. All right.
Get that frou-frou stuff
You don't
off.
remember it being there before.
Do you mention the silk?
No, I wouldn't say anything out loud. I'm more concerned with what's under the silk than the silk itself.
Yeah, move the
Kyou is concerned
shiny
with the
stuff.
silk.
Priorities.
I'm taking that silk off. And
Okay, if I see the glint of silk or some sort of fabric, because fine fabric has a look when light hits it, more so than
Do you have a silk dar?
I might. I just have textile radar. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop,
And
boop.
I will add the silk to my inventory.
Aw.
Because it's mine now.
Well,
You get a horse.
If
and
you-
silk?
if you-
Let me look at it.
If you opened the bag, you would have gotten the silk.
Can I look at it?
You can look at it.
Can I hold it in
You
my
look
hands?
with your eyes.
Can I hold it in my hands?
No. It's
Can I
mine.
touch it for a second?
Okay, but I'm also touching it. But what's
That's
under the
fine.
silk? What's more
I
important?
mean,
Yeah.
if you don't care about the silk, just let me look at it for a minute.
sliding out from the silk is a purple dyed leather bound book. And it is wrapped in straps.
Okay, is the book whispering at me?
When you think that this entire package, when
We
you pick
all
it up,
can hear it.
it is whispering. Yes.
Guy immediately sits up. I smell book.
Yeah. I'm inspecting the silk.
Okay. I'm gonna open this extremely cursed book.
Does the book have any markings on like the outside cover of it?
None whatsoever. But we'll go ahead and say that the moment that it slides out of the silk and you are able to see what it is, the whispering stops.
Okay.
go ahead and give me a crafts and knowledge roll.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to say that this is going to be a tough difficulty level test.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Oh wait, that doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. I don't have anything that I was gonna say. I have something about common knowledge, but it's intuition.
It's tough. 2 or 3 successes.
Tough is 3 successes.
Well, I got a 10. Is that 1 or 2?
That's 2.
2. And then darn it.
You get anything else?
It's 2 6s, 2 1s, and a 5. I was forgetting what game I was playing. I was like, oh, do I get to add them together?
yeah,
no,
I
that's
wish, no.
that's 7. See, that's the pirate game I'm in,
So,
where I do not wear an eye patch.
I will say this. The silk is not Imperial.
Ooh.
You don't know where it's from.
And what color is it?
We're going to say that it is a very nice light blue with almost an iridescent sheen to it.
Oh, it's light blue. No, I don't want it. You can have it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It doesn't go with my color scheme. I don't want it.
His brand.
Yeah, it's off-brand.
I carefully take it. Can I tell what's making it iridescent? Like, is it silk or is it something else?
It's silk. Yeah, it is finely woven. So, you smell book.
I'm like lifting myself up over his shoulder to get a better look at it.
I open
And
book.
This is one of the few instances where Chet and Guy are like in sync.
Yeah. I unbind it
They're like stars in
and
Guy's
and
eyes.
I open it to the table of contents.
Nice.
Chapter 1.
I don't get
You
it, it's a book.
open it and has an odd quality to it, a little bit of a smell. It is not written in an Imperial style. Yeah, you are not familiar with it at all.
Like the language
Yeah.
that the book's written in?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I attempt to say any of the words out loud, hoping to make the book come to life, suck us into the book, and have an inside of a book adventure?
Do we?
I don't know.
Can we even recognize the characters being written?
If anybody wants to know that for sure, they can go ahead and give me a knowledge crafts, and that is going to be we're gonna say tough.
I'll try. I only get 2 dice, but I'll try it.
All right.
I get 1 dice.
Knowledge and crafts are
Okay.
kind of my thing.
I rolled 2 dice and I got 2 successes.
I roll just for giggles.
Yeah.
I got 2 successes.
I got 1 success.
7 successes total over there. Yes.
Whoa! It's like
Nerd.
it's like
Okay.
you're a book
Oh
guy
my
or
God.
something.
So many nines and a 10.
Take a look. Confirm.
All right.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 10.
So you will get a boost. So remember that boosts can give you heightened effects, or they can there can be a style thing to it, or there can be additional information.
Additional information. I want to know as much about this book as possible.
You recognize the style of writing. It is the common dialect, but the style is different because it's been developed in a different nation, and that nation being the land of seed and blossom.
I recognize this dialect. This is for the land of the seed and blossom. Oh my gosh! I didn't think I'd ever see this.
Whoa!
What's that?
I don't think I've ever seen you make that
Chet,
face
how are
before.
you looking? Are you disappointed?
I mean, I got 2 successes, so like whatever
Part of that you
that means.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with Chet here.
It's just like, oh, it's I don't know, it's in cursive. I can't read cursive. I learned it once in the 3rd grade, and they told me that I was going to need to know how to do this for the rest of my life, and then they promptly stopped using it forever.
Okay. The story, as you're looking at the book, it appears to be chapter by chapter. But the first chapter you have begun to decipher, and it is a tale. Something almost akin to maybe what would have been either a tall tale or a bedtime story. Are you going to read it?
Oh, no, I'm already by the campfire.
Out loud. Say it out loud.
Why was it whispering though?
Well,
Oh, yeah, what's doing that, huh?
so he's kind of, you hear him muttering, guy muttering to himself. He's pulled out some parchment, his pen and ink, and he's just like, you see him furiously writing and translating it. And so, what am I able to decipher from it?
Okay. Be sure to go and pull the mic up a little bit more for you.
Okay, got it.
But as you're deciphering it, and those of you who would be able to see his translations, unless he's reading it out loud as well.
It's mostly just rapid fire muttering to himself.
Okay.
But so the majority of anything that should be legible will be from the text that the notes that I'm writing.
The story within tells of an island lost off the coast. No one is certain what is actually on the island, and there have been many who have tried to visit there, but none have ever succeeded. The island is literally just called the Lost Island. What you decipher from it is that it is a very highly sought after place. That it is a place of power, a place of perhaps even somewhere in the spirit realm, which is something that your characters do believe in, as spirits and greater celestial beings have existed and even visited and attacked your village in past.
Sure.
So you're reading this story, and it talks about all these times people have tried to go there. Legend says that the rocks came up from out of the surf, capsizing boats. That it's like something will not let people go to it. And something within that story, I'm going to say for you, and that, of course, Camus is quite bored and wondering why everyone's awake. But you're reading through this, you're like, why would an Imperial soldier be carrying this? And
Doesn't make sense, guys. What's going on here?
Yeah. You believe that perhaps this is something that that the Empire itself is interested in.
While he's doing that with the book, I'm checking out the rest of this bag.
Okay. Going through the bag, you find just simple letters, a few missives, things, requests for equipment, things being moved around. You believe this wasn't a scout at this point. You believe more than likely this was actually a messenger.
So the messages that we found, would my character deem them useful for us to keep?
Useful to the Lotus Coalition, definitely.
All right, I'll put those in my bag.
Okay.
Those are letters?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's quite a bit of information, and listening to the stories and obviously these guys' translations, you all bed down again for the night, either ignoring it or listening to it as you would.
Why was it whispering?
That's really my question also. Can we
Obviously it wanted us to find it.
Can we try to figure that out?
That's a good question.
How would you do that?
I don't know. Thinking about it.
Yeah,
Wanna ask
I really want to know why did the book whisper?
Guy, does the writing say anything about whispers? Spooky book whispers?
Wait, what?
Does the book say anything about whispering to people?
No.
Oh.
There was whispers?
You heard it, right?
No. I saw a book.
Oh, well.
When it was closed, it was whispering to us.
When it was,
yeah.
it would stop whispering after I took the silk off. Maybe it has to do with the silk. Give me
I
that
just saw a
silk
book.
back. I'm gonna smell it.
You don't know where
You're
it is
gonna
now.
smell it to find out if you can hear it?
Yeah. Don't question my methods.
I'm gonna question them.
Is Is there a way for my tiny kid brain to come up with some sort of idea of a way to like sense some sort of like weird anomaly or like some sort of like weird like spirit like attached to the book or something like that?
Like an empathy roll, or I don't know.
I will say
we have
this.
empathy.
I will actually,
The intuition.
being a GM and being a little bit creative on this, I will actually say that I will allow a key empathy roll.
A key empathy roll.
Yes, that you're going to see if you can use a little bit of your understanding of supernatural energy
Okay.
with empathy with the book.
Okay. So how does this work?
You are going to take your key rating, which should be 2 in one of them, so it's going to be 2 plus your empathy skill.
Okay.
Can
So
can I try that as well?
As a
I'm letting him do this one because
Okay.
unless he has enunciated that out loud.
as
Well,
an
yeah, all right.
as an artist, I get +1 empathy when I try to read a person's mood or motivation. Does this count towards the book?
Sorry, y'all. I can hear my
Yes.
dog making a
Okay.
lot of whines.
So that'll be
He's got someone to flirt with tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Who's he flirting with? Oh, Nancy.
Yeah.
Was he out there? Can I hear him from all the way?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Yeah.
Nice. This book has key.
It has key.
Gross.
It has energy to it that is associated with the spirits and the elements.
Can I tell if it's more yang or yin?
You can't. But that is definitely something that you're this like, what in the world?
Because typically only like living creatures have key, right?
And the land itself, nature itself.
Okay. Are you communicating this to the party?
Well, at this point, I'd say, guys, I think the book is alive.
All right, I'm waking up the teachers.
Okay.
Found this creepy alive book.
You begin to walk across the camp to go to your teachers, and it's as if this haze, this tiredness falls upon you, and it falls upon all of you.
Oh no.
You're not alarmed. It's more like a warm blanket.
That's even scarier.
The bane of my existence.
What kind of material would this warm blanket be made out of?
It's like wrapping yourself
Is it
in a
cashmere?
bathroom towel after it's come out of a dryer.
Ooh,
Can I
Was I cold or was I warm and it's like uncomfortable?
can I attempt to fight it?
I'm going to say just for story purposes.
May I fight the blanket?
No.
Okay.
May I fight the imaginary blanket?
You all waken the next morning feeling very refreshed, energized even.
Do we remember the night before?
You do.
Okay, well that's a good start.
Well, we're not in our normal sleeping spots. We just kind of like passed out.
Yeah.
Wherever.
You wake up as the teachers begin to sit up in front of you. You're on the grass, not too far away, stretched out. Yeah, you fell asleep pretty much in those positions. You fell asleep translating this thing. You probably wake up, pages sticking to your face.
The ink is dried to your face.
Little ink blots.
Oh no, land of seed and blossoming on my face.
It's
Well,
your first,
more
it's
from
your
his
first-
translations.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's your first markings.
Your first tattoo.
Aww.
And I didn't even do it.
That's not
Hey.
how that's supposed to work.
So,
How do you know?
who has the
You're
book?
not one yet.
The book is
It would have been in
laying
his
on the.
possession.
It's actually
Toan had
laying
it.
on the
Or
ground,
guy had it.
just in front of you, still there.
I was probably using it as a bed, as a pillow.
That's comforting.
Yep.
I just wanna-
But it is still there, and the silk is still in your possession.
just want to reach over and pick up the book and kind of just Shake it a little bit, see if something happens.
How big is
That's not
this
how you're
book?
supposed to treat a book.
I don't care.
Think like a encyclopedia size.
Oh wow.
So
Big book.
it's good sized.
Yeah, it's not a small little
it's
book.
Thick
Oh,
with two
yeah.
then I hold it
Cs.
like
Okay.
this, and I go,
Hey, Sensei.
You grab the covers and do that
What?
number. Whoa. Is everything okay?
Was that the bedroom or in that?
No, that was in the...
Yeah, probably the ice maker, but
Maybe.
maybe. Anyway, the sensei begins to wake up. Aime and Akakage. Good morning.
Morning.
Are books normally
What?
alive?
What exactly are you talking about?
this book. I'm still shaking it.
That thing was whispering to us last night.
He wakes up, kicks off the covers, and walks over, picks up the book.
It has key.
What do you mean?
I felt it. It has key.
And he takes a moment and steadies himself, and it does.
It was.
Is that normal?
Not that I've ever heard of.
It was in the saddlebag.
He opens the book. That is odd. And he looking at the book, and he holds it back out to all of you. The pages are blank.
What?
It's very strange.
I have my notes.
Yeah, it had stuff on it.
Are
last night.
his notes blank?
No.
Can I roll a crafts intuition check while examining the book
Sure, absolutely.
to see if it is written in some sort of ink that would only be visible
in moonlight?
in the evening?
Or like by
Please.
fire?
Oh yeah, heat.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Where's
Now,
lemon juice?
Oh wait.
+1 intuition for random common knowledge.
Sure, why not?
Did somebody
We gotta
put the
abuse
fire
that
out
one.
before the blanket made us fall asleep? That's super dangerous if we didn't.
Oh no, I slept in the fire.
Oh, cool.
It's a shonen anime.
Toasty.
2 successes.
2 successes.
These green dice are getting retired for the rest of the evening.
It is not an unusual thing for various inks to be used for missives amongst the Lotus Coalition.
Sure.
I'm going to say that. If this is one of the ones such as heat or such as only viewable at a certain time, that sounds like something a little bit more magical, mystical. That's a little bit more.
Sure.
But as far as
I have a background in strange things.
yeah, this is not something you've ever seen. In fact, you see no. I mean, holding the book at different angles, looking at the pages, you don't even see impression marks of where a brush or a pen might have pushed down.
Okay.
And there was something there, and looking through, it appears that the first chapter is all that has disappeared. There is actually another section.
There is stuff
Yeah.
there.
After about 20 pages or so, there is another section that is still there. But 20 pages are gone.
Guy, how far into the book did you get?
I don't know. I don't remember. I just kind of kept on going
He
until
was
20
lost.
pages
passed
was
out.
the first chapter, and it seems that your notes match up with what you've got.
What if
He absorbed the book.
what if it is sharing knowledge and he got out of it what it wanted to share and now it's gone?
Well, okay. That sounds like kind of a useless book then.
No, it's reusable. It's sustainable.
Yeah, because now we can write a new first chapter.
But
Have we ever
Hello.
heard of anything like that?
No, not.
Sensei doesn't even
Sensei,
know.
do you know? Are you familiar with such things?
Books really aren't exactly my specialty. This is something that should be taken back.
Maybe that is in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dog's still making noises.
Yep. One moment. Why don't y'all discuss amongst
We
yourselves?
will role play. Go discuss the book with Ayami.
Bye, Sensei. Don't be gone too long. I bet they go and kiss.
Oh.
Wait, you just call him Guy Sensei?
Oh. I'm embarrassed.
Because Guy Sensei's from Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's my favorite sensei.
He's the best.
Oh, is that a character in Naruto?
Yeah.
Was it one of our bedroom beasts?
Yes.
They're terrible. Which one?
The blonde.
Is
As
he out now?
always. Yes.
It's always the blondes.
All right.
Could I just kind of asking if I can borrow the book and flip it to a blank page. Can I see your inks and your brushes? Oh, thank you. I'll pretend to take it. I got my own equipment. And I'm not going to claim to have the best penmanship, but I'm just gonna draw.
Yes.
Are you drawing in the book?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to see what happens.
In the blank book?
Yeah.
Are you
Only
drawing
What
on
me?
exactly are you drawing?
Only on a page in which you've
She's
already translated.
She's drawing me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait.
Is that stink lines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably not gonna show up on stream well.
Here, I'll pass it there, and yeah.
Yeah, the closest thing we have to tilt downward a little bit.
That's so rude.
There you go. Downward. There you go.
It was just a spur of the moment thought. Don't take it too
So
personally.
yeah, let's check it tomorrow and see if it's still
That
there.
stays there.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
hurt.
this is
I'm
all
hurt
for
by
science.
this.
That's definitely the reason.
My
Definitely
feelings.
Scan that and upload it later on.
Are they really hurt?
He only had one left, and you just heard it.
You crushed.
I wanna-
I may not look like it, but I got a lot of feelings,
I want to roll to
and
see.
you just hurt every one of them.
I want to roll to see if I can tell if he's messing around.
I mean, at this point, I don't think Chet's actually like he stopped caring about the book already.
Well, yeah. His
Yeah.
feelings
So
have
he's
just been
he's
hurt.
not watching you draw in the book. He wouldn't have
Oh.
seen. I'm just seeing you do it.
Oh.
I watched you. And
Hey.
Chet, the book doesn't matter anymore. It's like that was yesterday.
It didn't give you what you wanted.
Look.
We're like on our way to a town. So now like that's important.
Your teachers come back over. Look, all things considered, we'll take the book. Where exactly did you find it?
I love that
It was in the saddlebag by
that
the fire.
picture is now in the book that they're going to take to someone to examine.
Oh yeah. I'm counting on it.
You can carry it with you, but
Nice.
Get your butt off me.
yeah,
Sorry.
We have a
Since
lot
when?
of dogs.
yeah. We have studio animals, and they're just lonely. So
They're
pardon.
a little rambunctious tonight. is
A little
all.
bit, yeah.
So, all things considered, it is time for your journey
Great podcast.
back home.
Oh boy.
I thought we were going to visit a city. We're going back home already?
You're going back home.
Oh.
So we're going to go ahead and pretty much fast travel this, because we're not going to do the whole travel mechanics going back, because end all be all, your goal is to return to your village, and you might be tired, you might be a little bit worn out, but you're home and you're safe, and that is the end of this journey for right now. So, is there anything that any of y'all are going to do along the way?
Along the way home.
Mm-hmm.
Would I can't remember exactly. Was the travel to where we were like a multi-day thing, or did we
Oh, it was,
do it all in a day?
Yeah, it was a couple days.
It was honestly. I'll show you the map later. But you've traveled across provinces, so you
Okay.
traveled from one province into another, and a little ways up. So it was actually multiple weeks.
Oh my god.
So this is the wonders of Ninja Crusade: is that travel is done as a montage. It's not all those separate individual tests were not
Weeks-
just like days. Those
Weeks just to do that one test?
My
Yes.
parents won't even recognize me.
Yeah, on the way back, we ran into an Imperial encampment.
Yes, you did.
Like,
That's right, we stole from it, didn't we?
and I have all those like missives and messages for the Empire. I'm going to see if that encampment was important in any of them, and if so, like if there's stuff that if there's important stuff that we can take that would further our cause.
As far as these missives go, not really. Okay. Nothing to that camp. These are more, we need to move here. We believe that there may be enemy encampments of the recoiling serpents in these certain locations. A couple of them are saying that we believe that there are ninja buildups of encampments in the land of Seed and Blossom, and it might be important to move troops there.
Okay.
Did you tell us that you found letters, or did you just find them and put them in your bag?
I just found them and stashed them.
Okay, cool.
I have them with me.
But so you travel.
I mean, I would read them on our journey.
Yeah.
Not like secretly.
Hey, what do you have there?
Oh, they're just they're Imperial messages.
Oh, just Imperial messages.
Yeah.
What can I? Let me see.
Why do you always want my things?
Why can't you share?
Because they're not your things.
I found
you
them.
just said that they were Imperial missives. They're not yours. They're the Empire's.
I have them. They're mine. Possession is 9/10 the law.
I'm just asking if I can read it.
Whose law?
Well, okay.
Like
That's
what?
all you
What
had to ask. You don't just got to say gimme.
I said, hey, can I see what you're looking at?
Yeah, if this were a travel scene, this would be pretty much all of you riding in the back of the wagon, complaining and arguing while Ayame and Akakage are driving the horses, and ever so often they're turning around. It's like, don't make me turn this wagon around.
Stay on your side of the board.
Yeah. Did they hear?
That was Camu.
Yeah, he doesn't like it when we argue either. Did they hear him say he had Imperial missives?
They turn around and look over their shoulder every so often, but they pretty much, it's like, we'll get them later.
Are they bringing your horse?
Mm-hmm. It's tied to the back of the wagon.
Okay.
Yeah, we put the cart before the horse.
Crap. We did.
Again?
We did.
I knew we were doing
I just
backwards.
can I look at a couple of them? I don't want to keep them. I just want to look at them.
Okay. But give them back.
Okay, I will. All
right.
So I'm going. Kyou would like to read the missives and take any notes that he deems are important, possibly to his business.
There are requests for certain trade items and everything else. Go ahead and give me a knowledge intuition check. And I'm going to say that this is actually going to be challenging.
Again, do I get a +1 for random common knowledge, or is this specific common
No, this
knowledge?
is going to be specific.
Okay, so I believe that's still a 6.
Are you finding out what they need so you can sell things to the Empire?
Do you ask me that, or is
I'm
that
asking
Papin?
you. I'm asking you. Because if you're about war profiteering, good. That's a good business decision, really.
But it makes you dishonorable, and therefore I hate you.
You know.
No.
But it makes you rich.
Kyou is into some things and not necessarily war profiteering.
Not necessarily.
But so a challenging test requires 4 successes.
Well, we're going to see, because my dice are crap. I got 3 that time. I should have used a karma.
Karma.
We have tons of karma.
Are you using the
Oh,
rainbow
yeah.
dice
Tons of
tray?
karma.
Huh?
Are you using the rainbow dice tray?
I switched to this one because the rainbow dice tray was betraying me as well.
Oh. What about the pirate one?
I have him over here too.
Just in case.
Yeah.
So, really not able to glean much
I'm still
else
taking
in
notes.
it. Anything really special, but yeah, you could probably anticipate troop movements based off of this, roads that they're going to be using, things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that references or comes close to Danketsu?
Thankfully, Danketsu, with the location it's in within the valley, avoids most troop traffic. But yeah, you're like, man, looking at these things, you're like, wow, if they really do travel outside of the Empire, this, they'd be coming pretty close within a couple weeks travel of Danketsu.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like,
We're
wow.
switching to the pirates. I just rolled 4 successes twice in a row.
All right.
Which means it'll never happen again, but
That's how statistics work.
It's spent, but there.
So, is going around the table. What are you doing for the rest of the journey? I mean, you're taking notes. You're trying to decipher.
I have
this
taken
stuff.
some notes into my book, and which is kept in the waterproof bag.
I was reading them to glean knowledge that would be important for the Lotus Coalition.
Okay.
I'm either holding on to the book, that if that's okay with everybody, or I'm double checking with.
They have the book.
Oh,
I thought the
Senseis
teachers
have
had the
it?
book.
They said that you could hold on to it.
Oh, okay,
for
never
them.
mind. My
Okay,
bad.
I'll hold on to the book if nobody else will, because I want to keep tabs on this thing, because the fact that it whispered to me and the fact that I feel that it's alive now really weirds me out.
Okay.
Sure. Do you keep checking to see if the drawing does anything?
Yes. Does Ranto's drawing leave the first 20 pages?
No, in fact, when the book is closed and after some time, if you open it back up, it looks like it's smeared a little.
Okay.
Maybe try recreating
writing in
the
it.
drawing on another piece of paper, because that's
Try.
that's what happened to get all the we wrote down all the information onto something else and then it disappeared from the book. So you got it's the
copy it.
scientific
Yeah.
experiment.
Yeah, try to recreate
Yeah.
it somewhere else.
Okay.
Because you have paper, right? I have
Yeah.
paper if you
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
You're an artist.
yeah. I'll pull out a sheet of paper and then try to copy Ranto's drawing on that other piece of paper, and then I'll do that in the evening to try to simulate when Guy did it, and then in the next morning I'll check to see if it transferred over.
Okay. You try that. You're pretty sure that you copy that drawing pretty well. I mean, it wasn't. She hadn't taken any time to make it really, overly complicated or anything like that. You're just
Sure.
like, okay, yeah. The next day, it's still there.
Try writing in it.
It likes my drawing.
Weird. Try writing in it. See if the writing disappears.
Okay.
Do you feel the energy change?
Oh, that's a good question.
Is it now more yin than yang?
I couldn't tell whether it was
Oh,
yin
that's
or
right.
yang to
It
begin
just
with.
was something.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit on it, for lack of a better term, and see if I can. I'll check on it every once in a while to see if I can feel if it has more or less ki than when I originally found out about it. Just if it's getting, if it's waking up more.
Okay.
Or
Sure.
So over the course of the journey, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I was also
Okay.
going to see if surely we would try to have Guy try to translate some more and see if it disappears.
Sure.
And does the blanket thing ever happen again?
It never seems to whisper to you again. But Guy, are you going to actually try to translate more of the book?
I am.
Okay.
And if we have weeks,
Mm-hmm.
it's time to work on it before somebody might take it away from us and not let us look at it again.
Yeah.
I actually believe I have a trigger for that as well. Don't remember which one it was.
Pull your mic over.
Oh,
sorry.
Look in the book.
All right.
I'll also be keeping a journal of our adventure about how there was a snafu with one of the members and we ended up running out of food, but I saved the day by finding more food, and how me and Kyou totally passed that test and were awesome, while the rest of everyone else was falling out of trees.
I
Fell
really
once.
hate people like him.
We fell once. I'm gonna spend the journey just
find it?
offering to be a scout.
You're a perfectionist?
I am a perfectionist, yes.
But in the game, what are you?
Hey, we get Kerma.
So gain 1 karma if the character is urged to perform the same task again and again until they get a style boost. So yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
so
keep
he
on-
can-
Again,
He's just gonna keep-
I'm gonna keep on translating as much as I can.
Okay.
So, pass that to them to
Well,
add to the karma.
Yeah.
It's until I get a style
Oh,
boost.
until
right?
you get a style boost?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that requires that I actually perform a test, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So do you want me to roll one right now, or?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
What was it again?
So you're trying to translate this. So I'm going to say perhaps knowledge and crafts.
Okay.
Because you are trying to create something based on your understanding.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here.
And again, there's something about this book. It is a little bit difficult. So this is a tough challenge.
3. Magic dice away.
Got 2 successes.
Oh, wait. He did get a boost the first time, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was a singular event. This is encouraging him to do it multiple times over
Yeah.
and over again.
Cool.
So on this time, you are not able to really discern much. You understand that this story, for some reason, refers to odd things. Your names that don't translate well. Something that, as near as you can tell, talks about the first man. And you're like, well, this doesn't make sense. Because it's talking, there are already people. What does it mean, first man?
And along with that, there's some mention of like a magma goose. I don't understand what it's trying to tell me.
Like a goose made out of magma.
I don't know.
Does he get to roll again?
Yeah. I mean, it says that you continue rolling, correct, until you get that style boost?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, how long do you want to have each
Yes.
The story? I'm sorry, I won't look at the book.
Roxanne cheating?
Spoilers.
I was just flipping through it, and just as you said it, my eyes landed on it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm assuming that each test is representing a certain amount of time.
Yeah, we're going to say that you're
Like every
trying
day?
to translate this over the course of time. So I'll let you get 3 more tests in.
Sure. Let's do that again. And some 3 successes.
Okay.
But I don't think that's enough to give me a style boost, is it?
It's not enough to get you a style boost because boosts come at every 3 past the goal. So you would have to roll 6 successes to achieve that style boost. So,
But I gotta get something out.
yeah, okay. So it makes a little bit more sense now. It's talking about some sort of idea of an individual that came to the land and brought a certain amount of civility to the people, taught them lessons. Think almost a Prometheus kind of tale.
Like the first sensei kind of a thing?
Almost. It's kind of hard for you to understand it entirely, but it makes a lot more sense now. What it meant, what it was referring to as the first man.
Mm-hmm.
And so, going to go ahead and roll again.
Sure, let's do it. Let's keep on going. It's a long trip. I gotta get it right. Got 2 9s. And a 7. So that's 3.
That is 3. This section talks about a group of ninja that you have never heard of. And it talks about them in a very odd light. It talks about a group called Crystal Bearers. And the story is, again, written in a very similar style to the first section, the one that disappeared, and it talks about them coming and attending the birth of a child. And that the child was imbued with a birthstone and discovered that it would one day grow to access the powers of Ki. And that they were being called upon, the parents were being called upon, that they should surrender the child. The parents actually refuse. And the story goes on to explain calamities and misfortunes that befell the family.
Guys, I don't like how this is turning out. This is pretty spooky.
Is there anything like that written in our history?
No.
Have any of us ever heard tales like that from anywhere else? Especially because my parents were traveling merchants, and I've been in different provinces before we settled in Danketsu.
You have never heard this story within any Imperial province, but I will allow you to attempt a knowledge and let's say travel test.
Okay.
That basing it on the idea that during your travels and something that you could have learned.
So random common knowledge.
Well, go ahead and say random common knowledge.
Oh wait, that's only on intuition. I gotta remember. It's not the actual knowledge. I am gonna spend a karma. Bring this.
This is going to be a challenging test.
Okay, yeah, then I'm definitely gonna spend a karma. Oh crap, that was not one of the ones I rolled. Of course, 2. So, nope. Darn it.
So, is Guy going to translate one more time?
Oh yes, there's still more time left on the journey. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Guy just swore.
Guy passes out from exhaustion.
Okay.
Got 1.
His little brain fizzles out.
So does that end up giving us a
Swirly
karma
glasses.
because of his ability, or no?
Some steam coming off of his head.
It doesn't get because you go until what does it say? Gain 1 karma if the character is
urged to perform the same task again and again until they get a style boost. So, I mean, I'm not necessarily required to keep on doing it, but if I keep on doing it, repeating it over and over until I get a style boost, then I get the karma.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
So, your
the
group
language is weird.
finishes your journey. And you arrive back in town. Danketsu, the people that you remember having watched you depart come back out and wave as you all enter back in.
Oh.
Oh?
A player may draw any number of dice from the karma pool and add them to a skill check before rolling.
Any number.
Any number.
Oh, well, there we go.
Ooh, exciting.
They have to describe how the ninja's act inspires everyone's sense of unity and purpose, though. So that, just for future reference, we can use multiple if, you want to get extra.
Yeah, good to know.
So.
All right. So, and like I said, you are back in the village of Danketsu, and your senseis tell you, we're going to go ahead and take the book, and if there's anything that you wish to present to our council later, you will have the opportunity. But you're going to have a few days off. We'll let you know exactly what is going on as soon as we can. Let's see. So where are we at as far as time goes at this point?
We're at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, and so we got 1 more hour to go.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go ahead and take our break, and when we return, we'll find out exactly
Who won?
who is getting some jutsus.
Multiple jutsus.
All right, guys. We will see you in about 5-10 minutes. Sorry for the late start this evening, but we are going to keep this going. So 5-10 minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back
Hello.
to Growing Shadows. So,
And look at
See, you did it though.
Yeah, I did it. I did it.
Well, hello.
Well.
what can I say? I like to give my viewers a little something.
Guy is a shy guy.
He's pretty fly for a shy guy, though.
So,
He's our shy guy.
but thinking
cool
of this
dragon.
from a anime perspective, as we come back in from our little commercial break, think of it as this shot from above, the camera descending down onto the group. You are all...
Are we standing outside?
Staring at the camera.
No.
Oh.
Well, you're all outside on the hillside, not too far away from the lookout point.
Where our tale began. centuries ago with the celestial beast battle.
And as the camera zooms in,
Yeah.
your group is there, seated on the ground, and laughing and enjoying yourselves.
How dare we?
One of the dogs of the Pack of the Black Moon, while you were away, had puppies.
Crumbs.
Oh yeah. And so you return, and these are a couple-week-old puppies. They are fuzzy. They have just opened their eyes. They are utterly adorable. And you all have the opportunity to interact with them.
Oh, yes. Yes.
How's Camu taking all these? Are they his?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Nah, he's not
These
exactly
actually look
a
like
ladies'
dogs.
man. Yeah, these ones.
Yeah.
Campbell is a dog. He's the best dog.
You couldn't convince me.
So I think Camu's, me and him were just playing with the puppies, and we're kind of feeling them out and seeing if they can do like some little simple tricks. We'll help them roll over and stuff, and see if Camu can maybe lead them a little bit.
So, let's see. If I were to describe some of this as well, so you're trying to play with the puppies as far as getting them to roll over everything else. What would Chet be doing in this scene?
Kind of the same.
Trying to play?
Just lightly playing with them.
Everybody
fight
likes
them.
puppies.
Trying to get them to line up in formation to start his own ninja clan.
Huh?
This ninja dog clan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are the hound.
The Papa Dog comes over and is standing up over the top of you, sitting more. But he's tall enough that he is resting his head on top of your head, watching you play with his pups.
Adorable.
Big boy.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, these, if you've ever seen the cover, they look a little bit like wolves, a little bit like huskies.
They're like Shiba.
Yeah,
oh,
right
well,
there.
Yeah.
there it's hard to tell, but
that one's also not happy at
Yeah.
all.
Oh, no, they're not.
That
He's not.
one's mad.
He's mad.
He's mad.
But what about let's see, Kyou. What would Kyou be doing in this situation?
Stay away from my clothes.
no, I'm sure I have developed some sort of fur removal, some sort of lint brush type thing for all the textiles. Working in the shop, you have to, especially around a lot of like spices and stuff, because if a strong wind comes through and both, sales items get mixed, if the product commingles, it's have to.
I thoroughly enjoy the mental image of your favorite weapon being a lint roller.
You know what? You can't deny that I have style and I look good everywhere I go. No,
Never catch me with one of those.
no, I'm afraid to let it touch you. It might ruin it.
Obviously,
It
he's
would.
weighing them to see how much he can sell them for.
No, I would never sell Pack of Black Moon puppies. They're too sweet, and the Pack of the Black Moon needs whatever they can, earn for themselves. But so I would. We're all out there.
Oh yes, all of you are.
How long
out
have we
there.
been back?
Probably about 3 days at this point.
Okay, I've probably got a ledger out and I'm working on some stuff, but I would like to say that there is one of the puppies that is like chilling with me, and maybe not like running around and playing, but like wants to just, because there's always like the sleepy one that just likes to flop, and that's the one that I want to have with me as I am working on something in my ledger book.
Did you give the silk to your dad to figure out like where it's from?
That's certainly what I said, but I don't know if that actually happened or not.
We can definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and go with what everybody is doing in this scene. So what about your characters? So for Takumi?
Takumi is probably like laying down on his belly in the grass, like probably practically acting like some of the puppies and playing with them that way. Definitely not trying to train them or to create his own small miniature puppy army. He's just
playing with them,
Okay.
like letting them like crawl around on top of his back, and like one of them's probably like sitting on top of his head.
Yeah. One of them's trying to play tug with you and is grabbing
Yeah.
your sleeve.
Mhm.
You know. And what about Guy? How is Guy handling all this cuteness?
Ignoring it because puppies destroy books.
They do.
Okay.
So
So,
the puppies read the book.
really quickly, I will say that for Kyou, your father would have taken a look at the fabric and would have said, "This is very high quality. Where did you get this?"
Who?
Your dad.
My dad?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant we were going to talk about it later.
Well, no. I just meant after I got
This
through
is
everybody
later.
else. This is
Later
Okay.
is now.
I'm just addressing this
Well-
at this point. So.
My it should be noted
Mm-hmm.
that my father is unwell.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I thought we would talk about it later.
Later. Well, your family, then we'll address it that way until we can take care of that.
Yeah, that's fine.
How would where would you tell your family it came from?
I would not tell my family that I had it yet.
Oh, okay.
As I said, I would just tell them that, oh, I'm having my parents look into it.
Oh, okay. All right. There we
Yes.
go. Cool.
It is still in the bag. Yeah. How many times do I have to wink and say, let's talk about this
I
later?
am dense. You know winking doesn't
For-
work on me.
To know that it is not being addressed at this table right now. This is why you should always present your backstory to your GM long before you're at the table, so they know a little better. But yeah, I don't bring it up to anybody. It is still in my waterproof bag, and I look at it at night, and then I tuck it away. And I look for information on it, but I don't ask anyone.
Okay. Do you want to, while looking up that information, I would let you try and make the test again.
Okay.
But you are at a 1 penalty
Because that's the same test again.
yes, sustained test on the same thing.
Get your book out of my way, guy. No.
Unless
What?
you want to,
What's going on?
No, it's I'm making a test.
No, I know. That's what I would say. It's like, what? He's
So,
oblivious.
what was the test? Crafts?
Mm-hmm.
And knowledge.
Crafts and
Knowledge.
knowledge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, I would be down 1, but I'm going to spend 2 karma. Spell it with an extra E in there, just for grins.
Caramel?
2 extra
Caramel.
caramel.
Now, didn't that require you,
To explain how it benefits the group.
or
Ooh, true.
yeah,
So, I won't use 2 karma.
just 1?
I won't use any.
Oh, you're not going to use any?
No, because you have to do that for all karma uses.
Oh,
And I don't know that I can come up with a way that this would unify anyone.
all right.
I mean, I'm not going to keep it secret forever. Just keeping it secret for now. No. I'm
Okay.
finding nothing. That was a whole bunch of 3s and 4s. Every single one. Whoa! Whoa!
The
Whoa!
puppies.
Whoa!
One second.
They've
Whoa!
colluded.
Didn't
Are you okay? Sorry.
did she wake up and they didn't know she was? That could happen.
I think she's still asleep.
I don't know. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Studio puppies. Usually we haven't put them up, but tonight they were being rambunctious.
They're startled.
Yeah.
So, touching on this though, as you are all out there and playing with the puppies or ignoring the puppies, whatever it may be, you see Akakage approaching the hill. It's the first time that you have seen him since your return. And as he ascends the hill, he looks at all of you, says, "Students, I'm glad I found you all together. But today I am only here for 2 of you. So, at this point, Chet, you're going to be coming with me. Guy, you're also going to be coming with me. And you both depart for the moment.
All right.
Now,
The rest of us have to leave.
as this scene takes place, I will open it up to my other players, whether or not you wish to remain here for this scene, or if you want to go take another break for while I address these 2. It's really up to you.
I think I'm going to sit here, but I'm going to mute my mic.
Okay.
So I don't input.
Sure.
If anybody else wants their mics muted,
just
Yeah,
mute,
please.
mute us all.
Well, to be fair, I also feel like, being the curious teens that we are,
We might sneak
and
around
being
and
ninjas,
listen.
yeah.
Yeah.
let's try this. Try soft foot jutsu. All right, so that.
That should be Sammy.
All right.
All right. So, the two of you follow Master Akakage back to town. And he takes you past the temple, where you have trained previously, and begins to approach a different wooden structure. This is a structure that you have often seen people coming and going, members who are important to the Lotus Coalition. It is very ancient timbers. You would know it simply as it's referred to as the wooden dojo. You walk up to the doors and he raps twice on the wood. And screens slide open. The room is in a state of dim light. A few tapers on the wall that are lit. But you see a assortment of various people. Members who you think are fairly important within the various clans, the Lotus Coalition. And as you're all, or as you're both walking into this, following your master, what's going through your heads? I mean, how do you look in this situation?
Oh, excited.
Okay.
Like
Wide-eyed
psyched.
wonder.
Oh, just so you know, within the 3 days that we've been back, I gave those Imperial messages to my father.
You actually see him in the room.
Ooh.
And Master Akakage holds out his hand to one side, motioning for you to go stand. And there seems to be a circle. There is a line on the floor. He says, please stand there.
All right.
And Guy, he motions to a different circle and says, you will stand there. And he turns and nods to you, but he turns to Guy first. He says, you have done very well. I want to explain something. Now, I told you that the test was judging you based off how you could work together with others. You were under an observation the entire time. And the way in which you work with others will decide what clans extend their reach to you, which clans invite you. So, if you look before you, you will see that there are an assortment of candles. And you do. You see that there are 3 candles standing before you. The 3 candles have symbols on them. One is the symbol of the bamboo herbalists. One is the symbol of the virtuous body gardeners. And one symbol is that of the Living Chronicles. It says, this is your moment to choose. These 3 have extended the chance for you to learn a jutsu from them and to begin your clan training. And he holds out a burning paper taper to you. He says, you have until that piece of paper finishes burning to choose which candle to ignite. And he takes a step back.
They're in Chronicle.
There we go. There are a few, hushed whispers around the room, but from what you hear, it's like, this is what we pretty much expected. You've already trained there. You've gone to the library before for the Living Chronicle. It was expected. But these 2 other clans, based on your behavior during the test this time round, we're going to go ahead and extend this chance to you. But everybody's like, yeah, Living Chronicle. Okay. Chet. Akakage walks over to you. Says, The same thing applies for you. What you see before you are the clans that wish to extend this opportunity to you, to learn a jutsu, and to enter into your clan training with them. And in front of you, you see a series of candles. You see a candle for the recoiling serpents. You see a candle for the grasping shadows. You see a candle for, I believe it is Will of Iron.
Mm-hmm.
And you also see a candle for virtuous bodyguarders. Those candles stand before you, and he holds out the paper, this paper-wicked taper to you. It says, you have until it finishes burning to choose who you wish. And he takes a few steps away.
All right. I'm going to stand there for a moment. And I'm going to think. I'm going to look between each of the 4 candles presented before me. And about when the taper is halfway burned, I blow the flame out.
And there are whispers in the room. People are upset. This is not the same response that guy got at all. This is more, what is this individual thinking? You hear, especially from the recoiling serpents, they are insulted. They're your father. You actually are, you look over in his direction, and you see him walk out of the room. And Akikage's looking at you. He doesn't look too shocked, but he does look a little bit shocked in the way that you went about this. Do you want to... Was there anything that you were trying to do with this specifically? Any emotion that you were trying to instill or idea that you were trying to do within this room? Is there anything you want to go with that?
It seemed while looking at the candles, he was carefully considering each and every one of them. And it did not look like this was... So it looked probably to everyone else that he was looking very carefully considering each of his choices presented before him. Like, I don't know how long the taper is or how long it would take to burn.
Probably about 30 seconds.
Okay. So then it probably would have been closer to the end of it before he blew it out rather than halfway, because it wouldn't have been a 15-second decision that he made. Mm-hmm. But right before he blows it out, he probably gets like this look on his face, like much like his epiphany during the test. He would have made kind of that same look and then blown it out. Just giving a I know what I need to do kind of look.
Okay. Again, the murmurs in the room after you've performed this act, just overall disapproval. There is one voice that you hear, and you believe it's coming from, you look across in the darkness, and it's this very skinny, you would think member of the recoiling serpents, because there is a certain amount of that serpentine glint that some of them have. Some of them actually begin to look like they have scales under their skin after they've trained for quite a while within this style. And he looks at you and with a hissing voice says, "Take the boy away." And Akikage nods and says, why don't you both follow me? We'll worry about other things in a bit. And he leads you back out of the wooden dojo. So, that was interesting. The doors closed behind you. What exactly were you thinking?
Honestly, I was thinking what you told me the night before the test.
And that was?
I need to go my own way.
Not exactly how I would have done it, but why? What is it that you... Are you saying that you do not wish to become a ninja?
We've been fighting this war for so long, the same way. What if we approach it differently? What if the following the path of these clans isn't the answer?
He nods, is trying to absorb what you're saying. Perhaps, but what are you saying? I mean, you're saying that you do not wish to be a member of these clans. Are you saying then that you wish to become Ronin? To learn on your own?
Yeah. Forge my own path and go my own way.
Interesting. Well, all things considered, this will be very interesting. Part of this ceremony is also the initiation into the Lotus Coalition. I take it that you both at least wish for that.
Of course.
Good. As long as you are a member of the Lotus Coalition, nobody is going to attack you for what just happened or anything like that.
Am I actually part of this conversation too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
You will continue with your class through their next few lessons before each one of you will be individually trained. But you will begin your clan training immediately. They'll reach out to you. I'm talking to you now, Guy. But they'll reach out to you, and you will begin immediately. But you still have to attend classes with your fellow students. Makes sense.
Hi, Sensei.
Good. And even though you have done what you've done, you're still expected to be there to assist your fellow students in the completion of their tests.
Absolutely.
Good. I'm going to go back in and see what I can find out. And he kind of hastily makes his way back into the room and closes the doors behind him. So while these two have gone off, what are the three of you doing? Yeah, everybody can come on back now.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yep.
Would you have stayed there with the puppies? Would you all have followed after? What are y'all going to be doing?
Are there windows on the wooden dojo? I mean, would we have been able to peer in, or would that have been...
You wouldn't have been able to peer in. Think of... It's a structure, wooden structure, but it is paneled along the entire outside of it. You could have very easily listened in.
Well, yeah.
Probably.
I probably would have just...
Yeah.
I want to know. I'm curious.
Yeah, we probably duck, though, when we see Chet's dad come out, and if anybody else storms out.
I probably would have tried to, like, parkour to, like, the roof. If there was, like, an open area, like, towards the top.
As though Ninja would not hear you parkour to the...
I'd like to try to shimmy up to where the roof is. That way, if anybody walks out of the building, they don't see me.
I'll give you a boost.
Okay.
I'll let it go. Go ahead and give me, though, we're going to say stealth. And there's going to be an individual waiting outside when Chet's dad leaves. And they're going to... Chet's dad walks out, and this individual asks him a question, and the two depart. But the question is, how would you have overheard them?
Are there any, like,
perception is definitely going to be part of it. So, I would allow a perception stealth, but perception and athletics, if you did climb up and are trying to get to a point where you'd be able to hear what was said exactly.
Probably perception to listen, and then the athletics to climb up.
Okay, let's go ahead and go with that one.
If I assisted him, does he get any help? from that?
Remember that for within this game, for two ninjas to work together, you would have to supply one of these skills.
Is your athletics better than mine?
Yeah. I have 4 pips in athletics.
Oh, yeah. You boost me. Boost me. Oh, jeez. I'm throwing a die. Rolling another one.
I beefed it pretty hard, sorry.
Well, I got 2 success. I rolled a 10, so that's 3 successes.
Oh, there you go, 3 successes. So you exceed what I was looking for, but you do not get a boost. But essentially, you think that it might have been one of Chet's brothers waiting outside.
Okay.
And he's like, well, and his dad's like, you turned it down. And the two walk away.
What? What did you hear? What do you mean, what? What? I said, what did you hear?
What? I'm still working on my ledger.
Chet said no. No to what? He turned it down.
Turned what down?
Yeah, Takumi doesn't know what he turned down, just he turned something down.
Turned down for what?
Oh no.
What did he turn down?
I don't know. But he said he stood in front of all of those poor people and he said no.
Like, to their faces?
I guess.
I want someone in the wooden dojo to be like
take a broom and just like
shut up.
Noisy upstairs neighbor.
But you would have heard Akakage come back out, maybe overhear parts of that conversation on the front step, and then Akakage would have gone back in, and all of you are together now, if you wish.
Yeah, once Akakage went back inside and it's just the two of them, I would try to, without causing too much of a ruckus or doing any damage to the dojo, getting off of the dojo and then like waiting a minute or two before I come running around the side of the building so that it doesn't look like I was listening in. But I'm probably not doing a terribly good job at it.
I'll tell him, but I'm probably way more sneaky.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm slightly blunt. More than slightly.
I'm going to say that other people might have overheard you, but because of the conversation going on,
that's
I think,
the least of their concerns?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you all rush around and are together.
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
What did you say no to?
What?
What did you do?
What'd you do?
Oh, I'm not joining a clan.
Yeah, guys, he just decided to not be a ninja.
What?
No, I'm still gonna be a ninja. I'm just not joining a clan.
You're not going to be part of a ninja clan, which is pretty much what most other ninja respect.
Did you do that too, guy?
No. I'm like desperately holding on to my cano, trying not to be too terribly associated with
Which one
him.
did you choose?
Oh.
Living Chronicle. Makes sense.
We all
Makes sense.
figured.
What's it like in there, though?
It's so cool.
It's wooden.
With fire in it,
They have
apparently, because
candles.
they all have candles, which is a bad idea.
But all of the masters were in there, and you shunned them.
So,
Oh yeah, the snake people were real mad.
so you
Well,
just
they're
Like
always-
they were real. Like they're normally mad, but
Yeah,
they were
they're
like
always mad.
real mad.
Did any of them turn into a snake?
Just about.
So wait.
Oh, boy.
I'm still hung up on this. You said no to the clan thing. So you said no to the serpents and
Yeah.
yes to somebody else.
No, I said no to all of them.
Why?
Why?
I mean,
Like, were you
it
guys?
is what we're in the academy for, but,
were were you guys not listening? Like
It's kind of hard
weeks
to hear.
ago, we just learned that the guy our town is named after wasn't part of a ninja clan.
we did learn that. Yeah. But, I mean, he did die, too.
Yeah.
Kind of alone.
Yeah, a lot. Like if a lot of people have died.
I think
I don't know what point you're trying to make with that.
I'm just saying, just because, or him being alone didn't help him when it needed to.
How are you going to be different than him?
I mean, are we gonna
I'm
have?
kind of curious that myself.
Oh!
Oh,
You hear a voice.
Jeez, Sensei.
well, I have these
Turning,
guys.
Is
you
this the
see
gardener
the
again?
gardener. Yes,
What was his name?
Ito.
Ito.
So you turn down the clans then. He is dressed as a temple monk. Interesting. I would not have expected that.
Honestly, I didn't expect it either. But when I was standing there, the words of my teacher echoed through my head.
And those were?
Forge your own path.
So you're gonna become a blacksmith too?
Maybe.
Hardy har har har.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna take it so,
It's an interesting
if we're gonna apply this
way to apply that statement.
moral tale,
I'm gonna go build a road.
Do you think you're capable of learning?
now he's
No.
throwing shade at you, Chet.
Yeah.
That's flat shade.
I've learned so far.
What of the rest of you? Do you think that he would have been worthy?
I mean, clearly he was.
They offered it to you. They
what
believed you
clans?
could do it.
Well, how many clans offered to you?
4 of them.
4?
Yeah, that doesn't happen all the time. That's a lot of clans.
Is that a lot?
That's
like
actually
in the,
pretty good.
In the
Yeah.
context of the world?
Yeah.
In the context of the world, though, you got offered the opportunity by perhaps the 4 most aggressive clans,
Nice.
which, you know,
Which is why they got so violently mad that I turned them all down.
There's 11 clans, and you got offered by 4 of them, and that's pretty good.
I feel lucky if I got accepted
my
by
goodness.
1.
what if I told you I could teach you?
What?
To be a temple monk?
And you wouldn't have to join a clan.
I'm interested.
It would require you to reject the ways of karma. No, not karma, sorry. Ki.
At this point, Kyou starts to walk away.
Yeah, Ranto's kind of mad. She's gonna take her dog and go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like standing there with bug eyes, just like, what the fudge is happening?
Your first challenge then stands before you. Find me at the temple on the top of that mountain. He points.
Have I been to that temple before?
No.
Did I know that there was a temple there?
No.
Okay.
Find me there. And your friends must petition for you.
Hey guys, come back.
And where are we at on time right now?
It is 8:51.
8:51. I think that this might be a good point for us to go ahead and pause for the night. I mean, we got the other big dog coming up in this few minutes, right?
Yeah, we should stop referencing them because you know what?
Huh?
One day our show's going to be just as popular,
I
and
hope
we're not
so.
going to lose anybody for
Ching
that other
ching.
9 o'clock Thursday night show.
Yeah.
As
Hey,
much
so
as
Who
we
shall
all-
not be named?
Yeah, I'm going to stop
They
naming
shall
them.
not be
We're
named.
talking about
Um,
it like it's a bad thing.
Well, no,
It's
but
not a bad thing. We just don't want to lose viewers to it, so we
Oh,
try
okay.
to stay out of it.
Jeez, Toan.
in my
In the
headphones,
microphone.
Shade fan.
there's a certain power to it. But please do not be offended. But it does sound a little bit like raspberry.
Or
Yeah.
No, you just ripped
Well-
you just ripped a fart. There.
yeah,
what
that's.
that
I was
sounds
like, no, that's pure flatulence.
I mean, there's some power going on there, man.
the purist.
But well, hey, you're breaking wind.
I am.
There you- So
Yeah, even if Chet's like, hey, come back, Kyou is gone.
Ranto too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kyou moves pretty quick for a big guy.
What?
so
Yeah, I
So
move
what-
faster than you.
I'm just a broken record. What?
Yeah, he hasn't stopped saying what
I think
since
this
he
is
was on top
I think
of
this is a good
the dojo.
point to pause though, because next session we will of course be addressing 2 things. You getting your friends to petition for you,
What does that even mean?
I don't even know what that means.
Like, does that mean we have to pray or something?
And
You guys just have to like be my friends.
yeah.
Just like back me up, guys.
Yeah, but there will also be another test to see what two shall be trained next.
Oh gosh.
Did we get any experience just for existing in this?
Yes.
In this episode.
For cuddling with the puppies.
For cuddling with puppies and character dialogue and everything else, yes, of course. This is, after all,
I'm just making
a
sure.
cinematic style game. Sorry, it could not be as action packed and thrilling as the previous one.
Dun, dun.
But
It's all right.
yeah.
It's all right.
So in 2 weeks, guys, we will see what happens for the next test, as well as will Chet finally make it into something that you don't even know what it might be yet.
He's in something, all right.
Will you hand me a pencil?
Oh yeah, sorry.
He's in trouble.
All right, guys. We appreciate it, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Ready for this?